Hey guys, Hillbilly Talk with Shane Simmons back again for another episode. We have 10, that's just two hands, days until Christmas. Unreal. I saw a commercial tonight on a football game about how it was last minute shopping for Christmas, and I felt that to my core. I was like, man, how is 10 days last minute? But it is. If you go through Target, Walmart, all the toy aisles and all that stuff, they are completely picked clean just about. And then if you're going to order something through the mail, it's just a promise and a prayer if it's going to get there in time now. And it's like, ugh, I feel it so bad. It's got me panicking. We just had my youngest daughter's first birthday. And Melody and I celebrated that on Saturday. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful time, but hectic time. And then today, my older daughter had her dance recital, Christmas dance recital in Kingsport. And so we went down there, watched that. And as I was coming back, it was finished up right about the third quarter of the Lions-Bills football game. So I was coming through and I was listening to it kind of like through the radio. I have YouTube TV on my phone, but it's kind of like running it through my vehicle and was listening to it there. And then I was like, this is a pretty good game. I want to watch the rest of this. And guess what? I'm hungry. So I stopped at Buddy's Barbecue, and it was just about 7:30 maybe not even that late. Probably just a little bit after 7:15, 7:30. No, it was about 7:30. I remember now looking at my clock. Anyway, doesn't matter. And they closed about 9:30, but I came in there, sat down, was watching the game, and I could tell those people were just, they were wishing no customers would come. They had all the trash cans blocked off except one, and they were cleaning up frantically around every other table. So they're kind of giving me the hint to hurry up and get on out of here, old boy. At first I was like offended. I was like, yeah, come on, man. I mean, your sign says 9:30, by golly. I'm here early, get 2 more hours left, and you're trying to rush me off of here. But then I started thinking, I've been in that situation before. Anybody's worked retail or fast food, which I haven't worked fast food. I did work retail. You know how it feels. It's just like, especially on the weekend, you want to get home. You got better things to do. And it got me thinking, I started feeling sympathy for them. And then I started remembering back to my first job after college. This wasn't a high school gig. I had a college degree. If you think back, and I know most people probably won't remember this, but I graduated college in 1994 from Emory and Henry. Good little degree, no problems there. But then I get out, and happens to be the worst job economy, at least in locally, and I don't know when. So I went for 6 months, couldn't buy a job. You talk about terrible. It was a nightmare and depressing, and it kind of got in your head. Now, this is laughable, but this is a true story. I got so desperate that ended up going to a headhunter and paying them to find a job for me. And the job they found, scouring around with all my skill set, was Foot Locker. So I was hired, yes, as assistant manager of Foot Locker. I still have the referee jersey, believe it or not. I'm still kind of proud of that. I wore that thing with pride and dignity and did the best job I could do. But anyway, I said all that because when I started Foot Locker, the first year I started right around Christmas time. It was late October. No, wait a minute. I got that job in like January, and then I worked through. I had to stay there for about a year, and ended up the next October, November, blah, 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 blah. I ended up having to work open to close from a little bit before Thanksgiving to Christmas every single day. So there's about a 6 weeks period that I worked as soon as the place opened till when it closed, 7 days a week. So I went, how many days is that? I don't know, 40 some days. 40 some days straight, not a day off, not any time off, not coming in late or leaving early. It was open to close all day, every day. It was so bad, one of my best friends got married and wanted me to be in his wedding, have a part in his wedding. And I couldn't, not only could I not be in his wedding, I couldn't go to his wedding. I couldn't get the time off. They would not allow me to. And I look back on that and I'm thinking, what a bonehead I was back then. I was like, goodness gracious. How desperate or stupid or what was I that I allowed that to happen and missed my great friend's wedding for a job. Literally, this was with commission. I think my salary was like 16 to 18,000. I think it was 18,000. And you made commission, and I probably made less than $20,000. And I'm like, and that, I know that's nothing now. It was nothing then either. Believe me, it was nothing. Not for a person who had a college degree and all that stuff. And I'm not that means a whole lot either, but the fact of the matter is, back then you could barely live on, 18, 20,000 wouldn't feed anybody. Matter of fact, when I very first got it, I moved into a public housing area and didn't even have a telephone. So I didn't even, I moved to Bristol from Richlands, didn't have a telephone, didn't even talk to my parents or anybody else but about one time a week. It's about the only time I could afford to make a long distance call. So it was a depressing time in my life, to be sure, looking back on it. But, you do it. Back then, people just, did things that people would not do today. I mean, kids today are spoiled or smarter. I don't know what the actual description is, but they'll walk away from a job like that. You ain't gonna ask them to open their clothes from, are you crazy? You just jump and get another job. But back then you had a little sense of duty about it, so I tried to whip myself into feeling pride about it, but man, it was stunk. It was like, man, all day, every day, so exhausted. I thought I would die when I finally got a day off after that. It was utter misery, but, it made me realize too, it's like, I feel really sympathy and empathy for folks who do that these days. It just, I had this idea last year after Christmas. I started getting those people on my heart. I was like, man, I went through a few drive-thrus. I can't remember what was going on, but Christmas Day I had to go through, I think I went to a convenience store and maybe a drive-thru was open. Who would be open on Christmas Day? But anyway, I went through and I felt bad for these people because you could tell they're just miserable. Nobody wants to work on Christmas. Who wants to do that? So I thought, man, I wish I would have had the foresight to get maybe some gift cards or something to give to these folks to let them know, appreciate you. We know you have to work, it stinks, but we appreciate you doing it for us because, man, they keep the world going around. Because I don't know how many times I've needed gas or some kind of emergency thing on Christmas Day, and thankfully somebody's always open, but it's sad for the people who have to work as a cashier there. So I thought, man, I'd love to just get gift cards and just go around and give them to people. There needs to be some sort of national movement on this. I wish I had a following of like 10 billion people, because then we would say, hey guys, why don't we just all go out on that day and hit up one or two drive-thrus or convenience stores or whatever and just reward folks for sacrificing their time, because we know they'd much rather be doing something else, but unfortunately life, duties, bills get in the way, and you have to do what you have to do to get by and have to work on those days. So hopefully none of you guys have had to work on a miserable holiday, but man, it is the worst. And it's just a depressing feeling to be. And then, and not only that, to make it matters worse, people are usually very short-tempered because they've battled a crowd to get there. I don't know if anybody goes to the Pinnacle in Bristol, but man, we were going to go take the baby to get pictures with Santa Claus. You couldn't even get up the hill to get in there. It was probably, I'm guessing, a 30 to 45 minute drive up into Bass Pro Shop, and it's like, we're just not going to do it. Screw this. We just turned around and went on back home because it just was not worth it. But people that wait through that, they're short-tempered, they're in a hurry, they're a crush of people. So almost every single day back when I was at Foot Locker, somebody would bawl me out and they would lay into me with no mercy. And who knows, sometimes I deserved it. Most of the time I didn't. And it's like, man, it's just, on top of just stinking for you personally, to have that time away from your friends and family, it also stinks that people just, feel empowered to abuse you. That was before there was a term Karen, but boy, there sure was a lot of Karens back then. So I thought, man, we just need to have some way of rewarding folks who have to work on those days, especially in thankless jobs. Because, man, if you think about that, those guys really do, they don't make any money, just like I didn't make any money at Foot Locker. It was just a depressing, sad thing to know you're not even getting ahead, you're just treading water and having to give up the most precious thing you have, which is time. That's why, people go to jail. They don't, a lot of times, taking somebody's time away is bigger punishment than taking their money away or anything else. You take their freedom, you take their time and ability to do things. It's terrible. That's why I appreciate you guys watching. You're giving time 5, 10, 15 minutes or whatever to watch our videos. It means the world, because I know we've all got just a little sliver of time here on earth, and we got to choose wisely, because the worst thing in the world is to waste time, lose time. It's nothing. Those words really hurt me, especially having had such a great weekend. seeing a baby's first birthday party, you can't beat that. I mean, imagine having to miss something like that. Or my daughter's dance recital was just, I thought, man, I could easily be still stuck in a situation where I could not make that dance recital, and it meant the world to me. It meant the world to her. So these are memories that you only get one chance at. And it's just, I just hate that there's people who have to make other choices, and I just wish there was a way to, compensate them in some way, shape, form, or fashion, and let them know they're at least appreciated on these days, because, man, not fun. I don't like remembering those times at all, and hopefully I won't be in them again in my life. I hope. Who knows? Also, kind of a guy, I'll do what I got to do, too. If it comes back to that, guess what? I'll put on my referee shirt, and I'll go at it. There was a little bit of, people don't realize this. You get laughed at in the mall, of course, but you had a little credibility too. My old boss, Randy Bledsoe, who hired me at Kingsport, and God rest his soul, I believe I've heard that he's passed away, which really stinks. He would still be a young man now, but he was just an inspirational character to me, because he just, he put on a happy face. And I mean, I saw a kid come and whack him on the head with a thing which you measure kids' feet with. I didn't graduate college, believe it or not. Wasn't top of the class though. But anyway, the things that you measure feet with, and hit him on the head with it, and he's just like, oh, ha, 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 no, 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 to the parents. He's just smiling, and I was like, God. And then as soon as he came back around back, he's like, SOB. It was like, through his clenched teeth, he went back out and gave great customer service. So he was a good inspiration for how to treat people, even if you weren't exactly feeling it at the time. So I miss old Randy, man. But it's funny thing about sometimes like that, though, you do have great memories, and it isn't a total loss, I guess, if you get that. But I don't know. I still feel bad for folks that have to do it, and hopefully none of you do. And if you do, God bless you. We appreciate you taking one for the team out here, because it's a hard knock life, as Annie said, and we're all just trying to get by and get our way to heaven, if you believe in that like I do. So anyway, guys, I don't get to talk to you before then, which I probably will. But if I don't, have yourself a Merry Christmas. Hopefully I'll get a haircut before then. So busy, I can't even. It's just ridiculous. I'm drowning all the time and things to do. But on the bright side, never ever bored. Never ever bored. Always got something. Even right now I'm listening for my washing machine to quit, so I can move it over to the dryer, start another load. Anyway, catch you guys next time.